Hello, collective. Welcome to Divine Spiritual Tarot. I am here to bring you y'all messages. I hope you guys are having a good week, collective. Also, collective, this is a genuine reading. It might relate to you, it might be your story. This is just the collective messages here for spirit, okay? So let's see what's coming in for you guys here. Spirit, protect me and the collective as I do their reading from any harm, as well as let it go back to the person that sent it, I pray. Amen. So let's see what's coming in here for y'all collective. We have her trust. So it has something to do with y'all can be trusting here. And it has something to do with that as well here. Okay. We also have here action. So a lot of you guys are trusting and y'all are taking action here. Okay. So what's coming in here for my collective? What's coming in? We have her numbers and colors. Okay. So we have here numbers and colors. It has something to do with signs here, and it got something to numbers and colors we should be looking at this time here, collective. And it has something to do with that as well here. Okay. It has something to do with numbers and colors we should be looking at, but it got something to do with in relationships her and new relationships. Okay, it has something to do with that her. Something's coming in time her, and it got something to do with choices her. 22. It got something to do with choices, and it got something to do with 39 connections and stableness and security. But something is coming here, and we should be looking at numbers her. It's connected to numbers. In relationships. It has something to do with prosperity here, and it has something to do with connections can be going through a crisis because it got something to do with the mirror. So one here needs to look in the mirror here, and it's connected to relationships. Okay? And it has something to do with that here. Because it has something to do with love, and it has something to do with love here is a death card. It's a death card here with love. And it has something to do with home and building. And what is home and building is empowering. So it has something to do with we should be in our home and building and be empowering here. That's what it has something to do with her. Okay. But it got something to do with numbers, sir. In relationships. Okay. So we have here the solar plex chakra, and this is connected to the solar plex chakra. It has the secret plex chakra. It got something to do with creativeness and intimacy here. Okay. We also have here expanding here with boldness in the unknown. And it has something to do with the expanding in the boldness in the unknown. Okay. So it's connected to the secret chakra and expanding here. Okay. The secret portal. This is the secret portal here. It's open here. Okay. And it got something to do with expanding or exploring here. Okay. Someone could be exploring into the secret portal here, and it has something to do with intimacy here. Okay. Unfact in factory has something to do with the crown chakra here. Unfactory her, and it got something to do with the crown chakra her, and infinity and inspiring here is connected to the crown chakra and infinity and inspiring. It has something to do with that her, and it has something to do with the crown chakra her. Okay, and it has something to do with the one of healing code. This is connected to the healing code. It has something to do with that her, with the crown chakra. It has something to do with the infinity of the mind. So it's connected to the infinity of the mind here, and it's connected to the infinity of the mind, and it has something to do with inspiring here. So it has something to do with the infinity of the mind and inspiring. It has something to do with that here. Okay, it has something to do with the infinity of the mind and inspiring. It has something to do with one, and it got something to do with balance in the divine maximum here and calm. But it got something to do with divine maximum and balance and calm. But it has something to do with lifetime and past lives, nostalgia and targeting here. So it has something to do with a divine. These divine maximums so it could be in the past life, and it has something to do with that here, and it's connected to the golden age and progress and foresight and peace, when the wandering of healing. Okay, so it has something to do with that as well here. So these maximums can be in the past lives. Okay, divine maximum. So we should be looking through the crown chakra. And the crown chakra, we should be looking at numbers. It has something to do with numbers, sir. And we should be looking at numbers, sir, because it's connected to the crown chakra. And it has something to do with that, her collective. Okay? We should be looking at numbers. And it has something to do with that, her, with the crown chakra. Why is numbers here, spirit? We have here the cup. This has something to do with the cupper, and it has something to do with the cupper. Okay, it has something to do with the ace of cups. It has something to do with the echo of the crown. The belittle things as well as crashing. So something is belittling things here, and it got something to do with something that's crashing her with the echo of the crown, and it got something to do with the shadow. It's connected to the shadow here, and it has something to do with the shadow, but it has something to do with terrifies with the ace of cups here, and it has something to do with that here. It's like rapture, and it has something to do with the belittling things, sir, and it has something to do with that her. Okay, it's connected to the ace of cups her, and it got something to do with the echo of crowns and the little b things. Give me one on the we have here the portal of the star mother. It says the everlasting sky portal around you, yet you. And it has something to do with that here, with the portal of the star mother, and it has something to do with the entire skies provided around you, and it has something to do with numbers. So we should be looking at numbers here with the portal of the star mother that surrounds around us, numbers, because it has something to do with the temple, and it got something to do with the shadow temple of the wounds. It has something to do with her body is a temple that being brings upon the ancestors. So it has something to do with that, and it's connected to the temple, and it has something to do with the temple of the wounds here. It has something to do with that, and it has something to do with her body is a temple that builds upon ancestors. So we should be looking at numbers, sir, and it has something to do with that, her. Because it has something to do with the mouth of void, and it has something to do with the scared, false, and the wholesome. So something coming out somebody's mouth, her, if you can see it, it's coming out somebody's mouth, her, and it has something to do with that, her. And it has something to do with whatever something's coming out somebody's mouth, her, and it has something to do with the moon mother, her. Yeah. False sheds of homes, or false sheds of wholesome, with the divine mother, her, with nurturing, and it's connected to that, her. Yeah. So it's connected to whatever we saying out our mouth, her, with the temple of the wounds. It's connected to the temple of the wounds, her. Yeah. And it has something to do with the shadow, and it's connected to the shadow, her, of temples. The shadow temple. Of wounds. Yeah, the shadow temple of wounds, and it's connected to the body of the temple that builds upon ancestors, and it has something to do with that, her. Yeah. That's what it has something to do with her, collective. So we should be looking numbers, because it got something to do with the star mother, and it has something to do with everlasting prevents around us, yet around us. That's the numbers we should be looking at, her. Numbers as well as colors, and it has something to do with that, her. Because it has something to do with mass and emotions. So somebody here could be massing their emotions, her, and it has something to do with that, her. It has something to do with massing their emotions. It's offer massing, seeking the true feelings behind the fade, and it has something to do with that, her. It has something to do with betrayal unrevealed. So some type of betrayal is unrevealed, because it has something to do with betrayal reveal itself in unexpected ways, facing the pain to understand the healing, and it has something to do with that, her. So give me one on this crown chakra, spirit. It has something to do with silence and conflict. So someone could be going through silence and conflict her. And it has something to do with conflict can be a silence, but impact. Address the resolve with peace. And it has something to do with that her. So it has something to do with somebody her can be going through silence and conflict her. And it has something to do with connecting. It's connected to the crown chakra. It has something to do with that. It got something to do with silence and suffering. Sufferings can be a silence that offers support to those in need. And it has something to do with that her. With the veil of truth. And it has something to do with that her. Hidden truths is laying beyond the surface, waiting to be undercover. Deep. It says look deep into and reveal the cancellation her. So some type of truth is being revealed her, and silence and suffering, and it has something to do with that her with the shadow of whispers. Yeah, something is being shown her. So it has something to do with silence and conflict her. So it has something to do with the star mother her know somebody her is in silence and conflict her, because it has something to do with we should be looking at signs and numbers her and colors. It's connected to the crown chakra. That's 963, and it has something to do with 41, stableness and security and a new beginning. But it has something to do with independence, sir. And it got something to do with in the community, in the new norm. And it got something to do with connections. Okay? But someone her suffering in silence, her. And it has something to do with that, her collective. We have her, a gate is closed. And it has something to do with that, her. Some type of gate is closed. Yeah. Because it has something to do with divine protected. Somebody is divine protected. That's why the gate is closed. Yeah. Somebody betrayal is revealed her with a mass emotions. And it has something to do with that her. But it's a gate closed her. For people that's divine protected her. Give me one on the portal of the star mother her. It has something to do with resolve and love. So it has something to do with resolving in love. Building resilience and love by facing challenges together. Supporting each other during tough times. Learning from difficulties and growing strong as a couple. So it has something to do with somebody here could be, building in silence, but they're going through some type of challenges together. And it has something to do with that here with this resilience of love. It has something to do with playful connections. It has something to do with keeping your relationship playfulness by sharing fun and laughter, playing games by still together, enjoying light sides, lifting to keep your strong bond. And it has something to do with playful connections as well as resolving in love. So someone could be going through some type of challenges, sir. And it has something to do with that. That's why someone need to look at signs. And it has something to do with that her. It got something to do with passion and romance. And it has something to do with courage and love. And it has something to do with that her. Because somebody here is going through a relation abuse. Somebody is going through relational abuse her. Relationship abuse her. Because it got something to do with courage and love and passion and in love. Someone here might not have courage and love, but it's passion and love. And somebody here is being relational abuse or going through some type of relational abuse her. And it got something to do with that here with this soulful embrace. It says embracing your partnerships with fulfillment and affirmation, sir. It says to spending quality time together as well her. But somebody here's going through a relationship abuse her with this soulful embrace. And it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with divine feminine, sir. It got something to do with these divine feminine, sir, is in a third party. That's what it has something to do with her. That's what it is. Got something to do with her. These divine feminists in a third party, and it has something to do with they intuitive on this love. They intuitive on this love because they choose love, and they intuitive on this love. But it has something to do with that her. Yeah. And the star mother knows this. Star mother her knows this. Yeah. With this resilience. And it got something to do with in love. They going through challenges and supporting each other. It's like they supporting this person through tough times. Yeah. Somebody here played around her. Somebody here should look at signs. And it has something to do with that her. Yep. They rewrited their love story with someone here that was wearing a whole mask. They rewrited their love story to somebody here that was wearing a whole mask. And has something to do with that here. That's what it has something to do with her collective. That's what it has something to do with. Yeah, and the star mother know this. That's why this person is suffering in silence. And it's connected to somebody's crown chakra. Everybody around her. Because it got something to do with hurtful words. Somebody going through hurtful words her with this resilience of love. And suffering in silence. Because it got something to do with scare union. It says honoring your scare union by spiritual growth together. It's because this person is not their scare union. And it has something to do with, but they have a deep connection with this person. But it has something to do with this person is not their scare union. Because it got something to do with vibrations and connections and bold and trust. Because it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with secret lovers. Somebody heard somebody's secret. Somebody got a secret lover. And it has something to do with that her. And somebody heard that's a secret lover her. They got their own soulmate with a secret lover. This the clarity that somebody heard for the get. Because it has something to do with that her. Because it ain't no compassion in the heart. Ain't no compassion in the heart. It was backwards her. Somebody here is being hurt her. Collective. They going through some type of hurt her. Whoever this is. And it has something to do with that her. With this resilience and love. Because they want to go through tough times with their partner. But somebody here is telling somebody her hurtful words. And it got something to do with that her. And the star mother her notice. It's a star mother her that noticed her. And it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with the scare of conflict. That somebody was suffering in conflict her. As well as addressing the resolve. They got to resolve their issues her. And it has something to do with that her. Because they don't want to resolve their issues her. And it's connected to their crown chakra her. With these hurtful words. They should be looking at numbers and signs here. And it has something to do with that her. Numbers and colors. wherever this is. But they don't want to do that. Wherever this is, the collective. It got something to do with the flying almond. Let's let loose. Somebody heard let loose her. And it has something to do with that. Somebody heard they let loose. And it has something to do with that her. Yeah. And it has something to do with feeding crown and transformation. Somebody here need to let loose with feeding their crown and their transformation. So somebody need to go through a transformation here. But they don't want to do that. I have told y'all this. They got to go through a transformation here. But somebody here want to be left loose here. And they want to be left loose here and return. It got something to do with reunion. They let loose to have a reunion here. And it has something to do with that here. Now they gotta rise their vibrations here with casting the spells. They gotta rise their vibrations here. Because it got something to do with spirit. And it has something to do with spirit here and respect. They gotta respect spirit. And they got to respect spirit here. You don't see this third eye? And they not respecting spirit. They got to rise their vibrations to even have their crown chakra open. Because their crown chakra is solid. These divine feminines. Because it got something to do with they wanted to let loose and return. And it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with they got to go through a transformation here. Because it got something to do with these secret trials her and feeding their crown. But it has something to do with transformation her so they can ascend. And it has something to do with her. It got something to do with their soul families her. And it got something to do with that's why they being heartbroken with their soul families. Because they got to ascend. And they have to go through so they can ascend her. They got to go through a transformation so they can ascend. And it has something to do with her. Got something to feeding their crown, and it has something to do with their her. Their crown is their crown chakra, and it has something to do with their her. But it has something to do with they gotta feed. It got something to do with feeding their crown with transformation, so they can ascend. And it has something to do with their her. But they with these soul families her, these soul families, they going through a heartbreak her with these soul families because it got something to do with the poison of thistles and low vibe. They in a low vibe energy. And it has something to do with that her. Because they wanted to let loose her. Right around her. You know, on this number, it has something to do with midnight moth direction. It's their decisions in their direction. It's connected to their direction here, and it has something to do with direction, and it got something to do with secrets. Because it got something to do with an invite her, and it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with this invite her, and yes, but it has something to do with scare vows, and also committed. They gotta be committed her to get the messages that they need, and they need to put up boundaries her, and boundaries they need to put up salt. And it has something to do with that her. Salt is good. Salt baths and stuff protects their energy. Salt. Putting it right by their door and their windows her protect them. And that's something to do with their hurt. What else coming in with my collector? But they wanted to let loose with their direction. Yeah. They wanted to let loose with their direction her with this freedom and with this praying eye. It has something to do with that. Somebody here watching them. Letting loose. Y'all see this person watching them with this praying eye? And it has something to do with that. It got something to do with somebody here has their eye on you. Somebody here knows what they doing. And it got something to do with her. It got something to do with the witch's hunter, and danger. And it has something to do with the witch's hunter, and danger her. And it has something to do with respect the spirit. Respect spirit, and it got something to do with danger. They put spirit in danger with these witches. And they got something to do with the blood tribe. Yeah. And it has something to do with their herd. They watching them. Let loose. These witches is watching them. And it has something to do with their herd. They got to rise their vibrations heard. Straight witches watching them, man. They played around her, man. They don't even know what they dealing with her, man. Yeah. But they wanted to let loose. It's their direction. And they wanted to let loose and fly off the handle her. They played around her, collective. Like real talk. That's on them. You know? We have her obsessual love. Somebody here's an obsessed love. And it got something to do with her. And it got something to do with somebody who got caught. Somebody obsessed love is catching somebody. And it got something to do with her. Yup. I heard getting caught. They definitely is her. They getting caught her. Wherever this is. Somebody got an obsess of love for her. They got an obsess love for her. And they obsess love for her is watching them. And they got caught. Yup, they got caught in the action her. Need to hurry up. Alright, we're right around her. Got something to do with dark times and closed off. Somebody finna go through dark times with their true love story. They finna go through dark times with their true love story. Because got something to do with somebody been talking good shit her. And it got something to do with six house her. And it got something to do with somebody route and responsibilities. And somebody talk good shit to somebody else her. They telling whoever this is what they got going on her. It got something to do with her. It got something to do with soulmates her. It got something to do with selfish desires. They think this person, they got selfish desires as they soulmate her. And this person is an obsessive lover. And they got something to do with her. Somebody here is playing around her, man. They all. And they finna go through dark times for this. Whoever this is, collective. Give me one on this, let's fly. I told you somebody here deranged her. That's when they go through dark times. Because it got something to do with somebody here empty inside. And somebody here secrets are revealed. Because it got something to do with third house her and social life. Because it got something to do with somebody here finna walk away. Because somebody here is greedy and they selfish her. And they making this person a soulmate that's greedy and selfish. They got selfish desires her. And they tell this person everything. And they telling this person everything about their true love story. They telling they route. Got something to do with that. It got something to do with the obsess of love. And it got something to do with spying. Somebody here playing mind games here to somebody here that need to find themselves. Because they backstabbing them. It's real talk. It's real. That's why somebody here finna be hurt. Because they want to tough it out with their partner. But their partner is a snake her. A partner is not their divine union. Now, so do it there. That's why they getting backstabbed her. Like real talk. So I here play the round here collective. I need to hurry up. Okay, y'all please be quiet. We have her keep it real to yourself. They need to keep it real to themselves. Whoever this is. It has something to do with her learning the rules so you know how to break the prosperity. Somebody was trying to learn their rules so they can know how to break them. And it got something to do with her. You are different. They different than them. It has something to do with wicked gabble moon. Reflect and meditate. Yeah. It has something to do with last quarter moon. Release, let go of energies and cleanse. Yeah. With this last quarter moon. And it has something to do with her. It got something to do with low. It says, can you please stop? It got something to do with the low of patience and rewards. The most value rewards requires prosperity. That's something to do with her. Can I? Sorry about that. It got something to do with setting the record straight. This setting the record straight. Somebody ex returned. They ex returned her. They got something to do with on Tuesday. It says unleashing projects and making lists. Driving in as well on a Tuesday. Yeah. I am not done with you. Somebody who ain't done with somebody here. Yeah. Whoever this is. It has something to do with lust. It says, but also for money, the power of fame, desire, sexual, and lust make people irresponsible. It says her encouraging them to act without thinking, maintaining reality of control of oneself. Lust. And it has something to do with her with luxury in Latin. Yeah. It has something to do with my family is watching you. Somebody family watching somebody here. Yeah. That's what it has something to do with her collective. We have for the 10 of Pentacles. Yep. And we also have for the Hierophant, Taurus energy. You need a Taurus her? That's a 10 of Pentacles her. We have for the 8 of Cups. Somebody here finna be walking away. And they got something to do with her. Because it got something to do with the 2 of Swords. And it got something to do with the 9 of Pentacles. These 9 of Pentacles here is indecisive. It got something to do with her. It got something to do with that. But this King of Wands in the sun. And this King of Wands can see them. And they with the devil. This is devil cord, Capricorn energy. They stuck with the devil. Yeah. What else coming in? It got something to do with the Fool, Aquarius energy. Somebody be starting something new. And then they walking away. But it got something to do with this Empress. And it got something to do with these Empresses. And it got something to do with these Empress. And it got something to do with that. And it got something to do with the Queen of Pentacles. It got something to do with this Queen of Pentacles. And it got something to do with the High Priestess, Pisces energy. These High Priestesses is indecisive. It got something to do with that. Because these Emperors and Empresses is with they Emperor and with they Emperor. It got something to do with the 2 of Cups. Yeah. They walking away? No. It got something to do with the Ace of Pentacles, sir, and it got something to do with the King of Cups, water energy. Got something to do with some type of money here. But it got something to do with it ain't nothing but a burden. Yeah. Some can be a burden with transportation. We have her the tower. These relationships finna get a tower her. If they get a sour, because it's on camera. Got something to do with her. And it got something to do with the chariot, Cancer energy. It got something to do with the Six of Wands. And it got something to do with the world. And it got something to do with the world. And it got something to do with the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. I get started. Yeah. Because it got something to do with a tower again. They finna get a tower twice her. And it got something to do with that her. And they finna get a tower because it got something to do with these lovers. Finna get a tower. Yup. Give me one on the Eight of Cups. It has something to do with the Eight of Cups again. It has something to do with the Page of Swords. It got something to do with the Queen of Cups. So I can be gossiping her or doing some type of research with the Queen of Cups. And it got something to do with the King of Cups. They in relationships her. They counterparts. And it got something to do with that her. Yup. Give me one on the Fool. You got something to do with the Five of Wands. It ain't nothing but competition here when somebody started something new. And it got something to do with that here. It got something to do with the Seven of Swords. It got something to do with the Wheel of Fortune. And it got something to do with that here because it got something to do with the Page of Cups. Give me one on the Two of Cups. Got something to do with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands looking at them. And they in competition here. It got something to do with that. It got something to do with the Ten the Ten of Cups. And it got something to do with the Four of Cups. Something is a missing opportunity here. Because it got something to do with the Four of Pentacles. Somebody holding back their possessions. Give me one on this tower. Got something to do with the Page of Pentacles. Somebody acting like they learning some type of investment here. But it got something to do with that. It got something to do with the Two of Cups. And it got something to do with somebody sworn their seeds into a Two of Cups. And it got something to do with that. But it's a burden. Yeah. Wherever this is. That's what I had something to do with her. Right, if it get a towel. Wherever this is. If it get a towel. Because it got something to do with karmic connection. Somebody here got in a karmic connection. Got something to do with that her. They got something to do with that karmic connection. Ain't nothing but a thief. Yup. Give me one on the Eight of Cups. It got something to do with somebody here's a hidden enemy. Yeah. Got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with white magic her. It got something to do with the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody be doing white magic her for money. And that's something to do with that her. That's the secret her. That's somebody who's going through conflict and illuminations. Because it got something to do with somebody thought that they can emotional manipulate somebody her by walking away from them. And it got something to do with somebody can be blessed. And it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with somebody that's blessed. They putting this person in passion. Because it got something to do with they doing voodoo on this person. Yeah. It got something to do with that her. They doing voodoo on this person. And somebody getting abused. It got something to do with the community. But it got something to do with the community here. It got something to do with the stars. These stars that's in the community. With the world. Yeah. I don't even see this. Give me one on this Five of Wands. It has something to do with the Ten of Swords. Somebody heard if they get Ten of Swords, this hidden enemy is. Somebody is with a hidden enemy that's with a Ten of Swords them. I told you, they're going through a change here. It's another female here that's the hermit that's watching them. It got something to do with that. It got something to do with this priest. And it got something to do with these divine this divine feminine. Got something to do with somebody if it be concerned. Because it got something to do with somebody if it be concerned and they concerned about somebody her achievements. Because it got something to do with somebody if it be in a Five of Cups her. Whoever they was working with her. Because it got something to do with somebody who doing black magic. And it got something to do with that her. On this sweetheart her. Yeah. Sorry if it a Ten of Swords somebody. Somebody's a hidden enemy. It has something to do with a karmic connection. Somebody heard a karmic connection. This is what somebody finna find out. Because it got something to do with somebody's chakras. And it got something to do with a rich guy here. And somebody's chakras. But it got something to do with, they got somebody here chakras. Somebody here that's in their chakras here. They got them obsessed. And it got something to do with that this rich guy do. Because it got something to do with somebody here obsessed of protecting them. And it got something to do with that. But the Most High is her. And they thought they was hiding something from the Most High with the moon. But it got something to do with that here. It got something to do with the King of Pentacles here that's in the Six of Wands. And the King of Cups here that's saying hello that's in the Six of Wands. But it got something to do with they karmic maximums. They should have threw them out to the trash can here. Because it got something to do with that here. Because somebody here finna be fighting with their twin flame. Because it's basically only about self with this Five of Cups. Yeah. It got something to do with emotional manipulation. So somebody only want to emotionally manipulate somebody here. Somebody here should have paid attention, man. Yeah. It got something to do with somebody here with a hidden enemy that's for the Ten of Swords them. And it has something to do with that here. If they do not walk away, because they go only put them in competition. And it got something to do with that. It got something to do with somebody here. It's in a karmic connection here. That's emotional manipulating somebody here. Yeah. Got something to do with these people that do self-love. And they got something to do with that here. These people that do self-love. And they got something to do with that. And it got something to do with inspiring. Yeah. Give me one on this hidden enemy. It got something to do with they twin flame is they hidden enemy. They twin flame. Yeah. Got something to do with that here. Got something to do with somebody here salty at a fire sign here. Because got something to do with that here. Aries or Leo or Sagittarius here. Got something to do with these families. Because got something to do with these families here is in limited furs. With the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Give me one on the Ten of Swords. It got something to do with that. Somebody here finna throw somebody out to the trash can after they Ten of Swords them here. They finna throw their twin flame out to the trash can here. Because it got something to do with a side piece here. Somebody could have made it got something to do with a King of Wands here and a side piece. And a family. And it got something to do with that here. Yeah. You want on karmic connection. Got something to do with somebody here. It got money on their mind with this finance. That's why they finna throw them out. They own twin flame out to trade. They only want their money. Got something to do with the higher fit Taurus energy. This Taurus finna be heartbroken. And it got something to do with that here. This is a shocking news here. And it got something to do with their divine maximum. Go do this to them. Because they only wanted this Taurus to be a divine. They wanted this Taurus to be a side chick. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with that. This was coming out somebody's mouth for with this attraction and Mars energy and hot. They only want somebody money. Yup. Somebody here fed up her because they want somebody here to be sleep. It has something to do with that here. But somebody here heal their heart and they want somebody here to get at them with the Six of Pentacles. Because they only want to be around them for financial support. This is shocking news. This divine maximum. Yeah. Told you that. Got something to do with they finna throw their twin flame out to the trash can here. Because they twin flame is a hidden enemy. And they twin flame, guys, all you need to throw their twin flame out to the trash can because they twin flame a hidden enemy. And they twin flame go Ten of Swords them. And it has something to do with that here. Because it has something to do with this person only want money. Because they got money on their mind. And it got something to do with that here because this person is in a karmic connection. And this person is emotional manipulating somebody for money. And it got something to do with that here. Now you know. This what's going on here, collective. I gotta go in a minute. Take a road. What it say? Take the high road. Somebody here need to take the high road. Yeah. From this trauma that's dating her. This trauma that's dating. Somebody need to take the high road. Because it got something to do with somebody twin flame. I told you that. Somebody twin flame need to take the high road because it got something to do with marriage and it got something to do with not ready for a commitment. Somebody here is married and they not even ready for a commitment. Somebody here can be obsessed. Yeah. Why you playing with the devil? Got something to do with I told somebody finna be in regret about that twin flame. Cause that twin flame finna take the high road. It got something to do with that. Got something to do with somebody here gonna have to heal they heart her. And somebody gonna have to heal they heart with new love too. Because it got something to do with new love is toxic. Yeah. Real talk. Give me one on this high road. It got something to do with the Page of Wands. And it got something to do with there. And it got something to do with the Ace of Swords. And it got something to do with the Joker. Somebody here is a Joker here. And it got something to do with that here. And it got something to do with the devil. Somebody here the devil got something to do with that here. Got something to do with the King of Wands here. Yeah. But it's a Queen of Wands here. They thought they had this Queen of Wands indecisive, but this Queen of Wands is connected to Thorn. Yeah. So I heard took the high road here, this Page of Wands, because it got something to do with it. Somebody here blocked somebody here. It got something to do with that because it got something to do with the 10 of Wands and it got something to do with the 9 of Wands. Somebody go stand their ground. Because somebody can see them with this 8 of Wands. Yeah. It got something to do with somebody plans. Somebody need to block their plans here. Yeah. Because it got something to do with that here. It got something to do with the 7, the 8, the 9. And it got something somebody needs to stand their ground. Because it got something to do with the 3 of Wands. And it got something to do with the 6 of Wands. Somebody here only want to be in the 6 of Wands here. With this 5 of Wands. Somebody here in competition here. Yeah, they in competition here. Whoever this is. They got to watch their back here. Whoever this is. Because it got something to do with somebody here is a trickster. Yeah, they a trickster here. That's why somebody need to take the high road. This trickster finna take the high road because it got something to do with somebody who only wants somebody money. And it got something to do with that here with this bittersweet. Yeah, they only want their money here. They only want that twin flame money here. Got something to do with that. You see how they twin flame got money while they ain't got no money. Yeah, it's connected to the solar plex chakra. And it got something to do with that here. It has something to do with wise. Somebody who need to be wise. Because it got something to do with that. Because it got something to do with the creator. And it got something to do with destiny. Somebody here is light and one is dark. And something is destined. Yeah. Y'all take care. Bye.